Hello everyone. Today we're going to be doing a hive only run where the only thing I can collect for quota is a beehive. So one of the goals that I want to do during this run, well, I want to see how far of a quota I can go or how high of a quota I can accomplish, but I also want to see if I can collect a beehive on every map that it's possible to collect a beehive on. So that would be experimentation, assurance, vow, and march. So my plan for this video was to just kind of re-roll experimentation until I get a beehive and then start the video. But I literally just loaded up Lethal Company and landed once, and I got a beehive on the first go. That's pretty good. It's only 77, but we'll take it. And yeah, we're gonna get this run going. So yeah, goals are to get one beehive on every map available, and collect as many beehives as I can go. Complete as many quotas as I can, only collecting beehives. So let's go get this beehive real quick. Do the first one. There were some other goals that I had in mind too, but I don't entirely remember them all. So we're just gonna continue from here. I miss, unfortunately. I'm gonna go up the hill right here instead and then just turn around. I think it'll be a little bit easier. Yeah, that's cool. So this should be a pretty chill run compared to some of the other ones I've done. Decided to just kind of do this solo because there's no real point in doing this for a duo type thing. I got this run idea from EXO, who was the first person I've seen to do this kind of run. But he stopped the run because he felt like it was getting a little repetitive and there was no point in continuing. But I kind of disagree. I kind of want to see how far something like this can be taken. So yeah, we're gonna go until failure while trying to do those little side quests that I set up for myself. This is I haven't played Lethal Company at all today or even yesterday, so I'm a little rusty. Like I'm missing twice already. But it is what it is. I have like all the time in the world right now. Okay, that time I tried hitting it with my mouse button, but my mouse button is like a little unreliable, so I guess that's why I missed this time. I got it that time. And we're gonna drop right there and then hit this button. Oh, the bees found it. Okay, sometimes on experimentation the bees have trouble finding the hive, so I was a little worried as to whether or not they would get it, but it's cool, they get it. I just gotta make sure I grab the beehive before we leave here, and we get it just fine. So 1 of 4 maps done. I'll be spending most of the time collecting beehives on March, since that's where beehives have the highest spawn rate. So in order to complete first quota, we're gonna go land on March and make sure that we're good. And if we're able to meet quota on March this time, then we'll go check out some of the other moons and try to get something there. March and Val have the highest spawn rates for beehives, so depending on the weather, we're going to be going to March or Val. We're going to prioritize going to March whenever we can, though. There's no weather on March, so we're going to go here. And let's see if there's any beehive. We got 77 on that beehive. It's very unlikely that we won't meet quota. I see a beehive right there already. Even though it's kind of hard to see, sometimes you can see beehives. They stand out pretty nicely. So we're gonna go collect that one beehive. Hopefully it's a lot. We can just meet quota here and get it over with. I want to say it was... Oh, it's over here. Okay, perfect. Yeah, see... Oh, I almost walked right into this quicksand with barely any stamina. That wouldn't have been very good. Let's see how much this one's worth. 134. Yeah, so this meets quota. It'll be good to check the rest of the map to see if there's any other beehives on this one, because this just meets first quota on its own. So if we get multiple beehives on this map, we're going to be set for at least a few quotas, and we'll be able to check out like assurance to see if we can get a beehive on that map. I think the game plan is to check assurance on as many day ones as I can, so that way I can increase my, well, I can always check if there is a beehive on assurance. And then if I strike out there, then I can just go to March for the next 2 days to make sure that I'm getting beehives to meet quotas and stuff. So yeah, let's go collect this one. Hopefully I don't miss this time. Cool. And we'll drop this here for now and make sure that I have enough stamina to reach all the way when I come back. But before we fully collect that, we're just gonna run this way real quick. See if there's any other beehives that I might have missed. As long as I make it back... Whoa, is that water? As long as I make it back before 3, we should be okay. Just don't want there to be any enemies or surprise enemies that will kill me on this run. In which case, I probably should have checked closer to the main entrance first. I'm gonna go do that. There might have been a beehive over there, but the odds of there being a beehive in sight if I go this way are much higher, so I'm gonna go run this way first. I'm not gonna have to buy a lot of stuff on this run, so in some future purchases that I want to do, I want to buy a jetpack and a TZP. Jetpack so that way I can scout March a lot faster upon landing. So first thing I would do is I would just fly around March, see if I can find any beehives, and then make an optimal route based on what I see. And then the TZPs to help me run the beehives a lot faster. Okay, this is nice. Got a beehive right here, and we'll probably spend the rest of the day running this one. I can probably run it all the way around, actually. Yeah, we're gonna do that so that way we can scout some of the map as we collect it too, instead of running it back to where I already came from. Cool, we'll go this way. Beehives weigh 0, so I don't weigh any extra doing this. And TZPs also weigh 0. And I might even be able to bring a beehive all the way back to the ship from the main entrance with a TZP, and not even have to worry about roaming bees or anything. I would probably just do that for the last beehive collection, so I can just take off as soon as I get back to the ship too. We'll see. I've never ran a beehive with TZP before, but I figure a hive only run would be a good way to do that. Now there are a few different ways to handle bringing a beehive back to the ship, or at least collecting them on the ship. There's the one where people drop the beehive at the back of the ship, which is the most common one. But that one, when you do it solo, you can only collect at most 2 beehives, and you're gonna have to be like pretty on point to collect both of those. The other one is Psycho's method, where you leave the beehive kind of on the side of the door, in which case you can collect up to 4 beehives solo. And then there's the more advanced method, Warp's method, where you go do like the skill jump onto the ship and drop the beehive off the side. That automatically collects it, but that one is a bit more risky because if you mess it up, you basically die. So we're gonna go with Psycho's version because I think being able to collect 4 beehives is plenty. I also don't see myself collecting more than 4 beehives on any single map. I think the max is like 6 or something. So we'll consider it if I end up finding 6 beehives, but the odds of that happening are pretty low. That's never actually happened before. I've only ever seen 4 at a time, and even then 4 is like pretty high and probably more than I'll need for the most part, but we'll see. That might change once I start getting to higher quotas. If I make it to higher quotas, there's still a possibility of me dying on the way there. But as far as today goes, I'm making pretty good time. It's only like 2:30 right now. So run all the way around. Then we'll drop this one on top of this and jump. And then those beehives are primed for collection. Even though they're so close to the entrance, they won't aggro so long as I don't make line of sight contact with them. Yeah, see, look, it's fine. And we take off and collect. I can kind of just wait for the bees to look away. Yeah, we go. Drop one there. It didn't collect. Okay. And grab this one to make sure it collects. There we go. Cool. You have to make sure that it says hive collected in the bottom right, or else the hive will disappear and you'll be really sad. So yeah, we have enough beehives to complete this quota. And since it's so early, well, first let's see what the weather's like. We're gonna go check out Assurance, see if I can get a beehive on that map. I'm not too worried about getting beehives on Val, just because Val has the second highest spawn rate for hives. And it's just gonna be my general backup plan anyway, in case March is not good. As far as collecting hives on Assurance and Experimentation, I've always had like issues with how they collect onto the ship. They just don't path back to the hive as consistently compared to March and Val. So I'd much rather get them out of the way sooner rather than later if possible. Because then if I mess this up on a higher quota where I have a bunch of beehives stored, then that's not going to look good for the rest of the run. Especially since I can only collect so many beehives per day, you know. But what's funny is that even doing this, I think I'd still get more average loot per deadline doing hive only runs versus going to assurance. Well, because I can get pretty decently valued hives on March, whereas with this experimentation I might low roll and only get like a 250 or something. Actually, well, doing experimentation only is probably more consistent than the hives, just that hives have a bit more of a higher chance to spawn more loot or something. I don't know. Experimentation can have some crazy loot, like when on Nico and I's 1000 quota Iron Man challenge, there was one map where we got over 500 scrap value off experimentation, which is kind of unheard of, but it's doable. You might get like a gold bar spawn or a cash register spawn, or you just happen to get a bunch of gifts that will spawn you in some nice scrap. It doesn't look like we get the beehive this time, so we're just gonna go take off. A little unlucky, but that's why I'm not relying on assurance for the beehives. But the more times I can check assurance, the better. I think it'll be better to go for these little side quests rather than only trying to see how high of a quota I can go for by just going to March. Because there would be, if I just went for high quota, there'd be no reason for me to do anything other than land on March. And maybe Val if the weather is like unfavorable. The only time I'd ever land on assurance or experimentation is if the weather on both March and Val is just awful. But yeah, we'll get to that once we've gotten a beehive on every map. I think it's better to check earlier rather than later. But let's go to the company building now. It's gonna be the fastest sell around you've ever seen as well, because I just gotta sell that one beehive then take off. And then depending on what our second quota looks like, we might not even have to collect all that much. I'd imagine regardless of what it is though, we'll probably only have to collect one more beehive, so the odds are in our favor. The question is, do I go to assurance first, or do I secure the beehives on March first? Actually, I might go with securing beehives on March first and only checking assurance when I feel like I can afford to, just because I can't guarantee that March will have good weather every time, but if March has bad weather, then I can just go to assurance as a backup plan, you know, and not stay there very long. And as long as the assurance isn't flooded or eclipsed, then I should have an easy time retrieving bees regardless. Well, I probably won't do Stormy either. Stormy will be like worst case scenario. So I could always get RNG lightning. And bees also attract lightning too. So yeah. Alright. We do need to collect one beehive at least. Oops. Let's see what moons are available. Assurance is eclipsed, so we're not going to go there. So we're just going to go to March. The moons are kind of making the decision for us this time. So starting off quota 2, going to March. Saving up for that jetpack. Let's have like $194 here. See if I can see any beehives off rip. Not really. Not this time. So we'll start with this route again. Get the farther beehives first, and then collect any closer ones if possible. So, yeah. Don't know how much of the video I'll leave intact. It's literally just me running around the outsides looking for beehives. Maybe I'll just cut to the parts with bees, which is kind of funny to think about. I remember asking in one of my older videos if people found hive running to be interesting, and I guess this video will be the ultimate test of that, huh? Since it's going to be only hive running for the most part. But this will probably be like the most diverse like hive running video out there, other than Exo's video, honestly. I could try the warps jump, but I probably only do that if there's only one beehive, or I probably should have done that earlier rather than later. But it is what it is. Maybe it's the best way to collect beehives on experimentation also. I'll have to try that sometime. Maybe not on this run, even though it is the hive only run. But yeah. Hopefully I don't strike out on hives here. Oh no. Oh wait, those are manticoils. Very easy to mix up manticoils with beehives. Oh wait, actually there's a beehive all the way back there. Yeah, see, you don't normally check spaces like this, but on a hive only run where this is all you have to work with, you might as well check every nook and cranny available to you. I mean, how many people even know that beehives even spawn out this far? I would have missed out on 122 if I didn't. So that's why I think the jetpack will be valuable. I'll be able to be able to check out a lot of the areas on March super, super fast. And as long as I don't blow up, I should be good. But I've been practicing my jetpack flying. You can actually check out my jetpack only runs on Assurance and Rend on my channel that just went up over the past few days to check that out. And yeah, being able to jetpack on March was one of my stretch goals, since March is the map that you go to when none of the premium maps are good. And if I could use a jetpack to kind of scout for hives first, that can be nice. And also just to shuttle stuff back and forth from the ship without having to worry about giants and whatnot, since there's a pretty high giant spawn rate here on March. Not as high of a giant spawn rate as on Val, but because March's outdoor power level is so high, the likelihood of you getting giants anyway is pretty high. Whereas on Val, the outdoor power level is low, it's only 6, but the giant spawn rate or spawn chance is like 65% or something ridiculous like that. So you are most likely going to get 1 giant, and if you're unlucky, you'll get 2 giants. Actually, I don't know if that's unlucky or not. I think I'd rather do 2 giants than 1 giant, a worm, and a baboon hawk. But yeah. Also, we just completed the outdoor bestiary side goal, scanning roaming locusts, manticoils, and circuit bees. Actually, that's not entirely true, because I could wait for the actual outdoor enemies to spawn, and then that would complete the bestiary. Maybe that'll be something I complete as well. But that would be a much slower way to tackle this challenge, so I'm not entirely sure if I would do that. Now before we go, I'm gonna go check over on this side real quick, see if there's any bees. But I also don't have to look too hard, because that one beehive should sort me out for the quota as well. I still have 2 more days also. That's kind of nice. But I have some time. So I'll just take a quick peek on the other side where this fire exit's at, and if I don't see anything, then I'll just make my way on over to the next day. But we don't strike out. We do get 1 beehive, and it was worth 122. And that's all we're gonna get. Cool. Let's go head back and see if we go to Assurance, or if we go to back to March. I think we're just gonna stack up beehives a little bit on March and only deviate if we have to, just because these quotas might start going up higher than, or the quotas might start outpacing my hive retrieval, especially since I keep deviating to go to Assurance. But yeah, let's not forget to collect this beehive. I'm not sure if, no, I don't remember which run it was, but there was a run where I just completely forgot to collect the beehives that I had brought, and it kind of set me back pretty far. It was like 2 whole beehives that I just forgot. I think it was in my bingo video with Nico, the first time I did lockout bingo. And it was not a good look, honestly, but it was kind of funny. So, cool. Got 333 on the ship, which really translates to selling 2 of my most valuable beehives to meet the quota, the 122 and 134. If I could get a bit more of a cushion, that would be cool, but I'm not going to go to Eclipse March. Assurance is rainy. I think maybe we go to Val. Just kind of check out what Val's got for us. I mean, it's not like rainy Assurance is all that bad either. I think we'll go to Val. Let's just go get another beehive. And then, yeah. Because then if I only have this for the next quota, then I'll only be left with a 1 beehive worth 77 going into quota 3, and that'll just keep forcing me to land on higher bee spawn rate moons like Val and March. So for this one, we're gonna go check out the areas that's farthest away from the ship first, and then circle back around to the areas that are closer. Okay, we hear bees right away, that's good. The jetpack will be nice too, because then I can fly out to those areas and see if there's any beehives worth collecting over there. This 95 is nice, because I think with this, I think with this I'll be able to collect, or, hold on, I can't really think with these bees flying in my ear. I'll be able to sell some lower value hives to meet quota, but I'll have to do the math when I get back. 134 plus 95, actually it doesn't quite get me there, unfortunately, so hopefully we can get 1 more of these hives, Then I can sell 2 of these plus the 77 value hive, and then that'll get me there for sure. Just had to drop that a little early because of running out of stamina, unfortunately. I may or may not reposition that. I think it's going to depend if I find more bees or not. But better to find any beehive than to find none. It just kind of sucks to strike out sometimes. Especially on these maps that are supposed to have more beehives. But that was a pretty early collection. Still only 9:36. So I got a bit more time as well. I actually don't know if beehives can spawn on the other side of these valleys. I've never really looked. I've never had a jetpack to look for beehives, but that's also another reason why this run could be kind of interesting. We're gonna be seeing almost all the hive strategies in effect. Because why not? And if I'm no good at collecting hives after this, then that is absolutely a skill issue that I should probably fix. But I've never really had an issue with collecting beehives, so it's more just kind of like a chill run to do. Very stress-free, honestly, compared to what I'm used to. Just kind of run outside, touching grass, virtual grass at that. Okay. Oh, I thought I saw a monster spawn there, but that was just a shadow. Now we're gonna check the back side of the map, which is a bit closer to the ship, since there was nothing from what I saw there. And it doesn't seem like we're gonna get another hive. We're both looking and we're listening. It's a bit of both. And looks like we're gonna be striking out here as well. But we get one beehive. One beehive is better than none. So let's just go take off, and we have one more day left in this quota. And we'll see if we can get some more beehives. More hives. But I do have to collect this one still too. It is farther in the back of the ship. But since it's only one, I just have to make sure that I'm holding it before we take off. So let's go. I take a lot of damage this run, but it's fine. It's not like I'm gonna die to it. Yeah. Oh, collects immediately. Nice. 95 plus 134. That only brings me to 229, I think. Yeah. And then... So I would still have to sell my 2 most valuable beehives to meet quota here. And that's kind of what I'm trying to avoid right now. Or else I feel like I'll lose a lot of value in doing so. But March is stormy, so we're gonna go back to Val. We're just gonna go back. See, increase our odds of getting a beehive here. Like I said, I could run it in Stormy March, but I really don't like the prospect of RNG Lightning ending the run, especially so early. I feel like I can just keep the run going a bit longer if I play it kind of safe. That's just kind of a habit I picked up, like playing safe. Habit I picked up from playing a lot of solo stuff, solo duo things. I used to be a lot more of a reckless player when I would play in squads and stuff, because you can afford to be reckless when you have 4+ people, whatnot. Because then once someone realizes that everyone's dead, then you just go back to the ship and save what you have and then go next. And because you have so many people, you can kind of just make up for whatever time or opportunity you lost. Because 4 people should be able to just clear a map no problem, and if you have more than 4 people, then it's kind of a cakewalk, honestly. As long as you're not playing like modded or anything. There are some difficulty mods that can scale to having more than 4 people. One of the ones that I like a lot is the carrot hard mode one, which I want to try at some point. But that's at some point is not now. Right now we are collecting bees on solo. We get kind of a low value beehive here, but I think that's okay because with this I should be able to clear the 3 low value beehives that I have. 75 plus 77 plus 94, that should equal over 230. Actually, no, it doesn't. Well, it's gonna be close. I'm gonna have to do the math when I get there. More important than figuring out the exact math right now is just collecting the beehive, because regardless of how the math works out, getting this beehive is something that I'm gonna have to do regardless. So yeah, let's secure this and then we'll figure out what we do after that. Kind of scoping out for other beehives as well. Hopefully get at least one more. I'm gonna make sure I go up the hill. And I'll go around the tree here this time too. We'll track this way. Around. Oh, just a little bit. I also don't entirely remember where the ship's at. Oh, okay, I see now. The bridge is over there. I think this rock is kind of consistent, so I'm gonna go in that direction. Over that way. But we can reorient ourselves now. Yeah, we're right in between both bridges. Cool. Ow. Right into the manticoils. Hello. And doesn't seem like we're gonna get another beehive either, because I'm kind of on the other side of the map now, and I didn't hear anything other than the bees that I heard, or that I'm moving. Well, actually, it was tactical that I pretended to be lost, because I got to scout out more of the map on this run. But it looks like this is going to be the only hive we get, unfortunately. So we will collect it. Drop it right there. Yeah, still don't hear anything else. Just gonna walk this way and make sure that I didn't miss anything. So I can use this walking time to both reposition and scout out for other bees too. And by the time I come back all the way around, my stamina will be completely back. And we just go again. Kind of more efficient than just waiting, you know. Okay. Just drop that so I can make sure I have enough stamina for this next maneuver. I mean, it shouldn't be a problem, but I also am not short on time either. So, yeah. Wait for it to be full, and then we go. Jump off, and we go. Cool. That'll be the end of Quota 2. Pretty straightforward. Wait for the bees to fly away, and then we go. Collect this, and hopefully it's enough with these cheaper ones. 70. This should be actually. So I think it's gonna be these 3 right here that I end up selling, and then I'll have the 2 more valuable ones for Quota 3, which is kind of nice. 74 of 390. All right, I'm gonna go to the company building now. Oops, a little too early on that. There we go. Valve's flooded, doesn't matter. Let's go. Oh. Okay, it looks like that's more optimal. Versus this. Let me see. Let me do some math. 74 plus 77. 24 plus 77 plus 95. 246. Wait, no, I'm right. This is better. Versus. Oh wait, it's. Yeah, this is way less. Let me double check that. 77 plus 74 plus 95. 246 versus 134 plus 122. Yeah, I saved 10 by doing this. Okay. Maybe it's because that one I only have to sell 2 items, but yeah, no, this is better. Okay, then we'll just drop these in front without selling first, so that way I can get them all up on the same cell. If I put them up now, the thing might open before I even hit the bell, and then take one and... There we go. Yeah, see, that's a bit more optimal. Cool. Now we can take off. I still don't have enough for the jetpack, so not even gonna look back. 246. Okay, so we've now collected a beehive on every available map except Assurance. So just need to collect a beehive on Assurance, and then we can start just seeing how high of a quota we can get. We have 356. We're 100 short. That can be 1 or 2 beehives depending on the value of each beehive. So let's go see which moon we go to. March is stormy, Val is eclipsed. So this is a perfect opportunity to check out Assurance to see if there's any hives over there. Yeah. Kind of unfortunate that both March and Val had some weather on it. but that is one of the challenges of this run too, and why maps like Assurance can still be valuable. I did see quite a few beehives on some of my Assurance runs previously, but I've also been playing a lot of Assurance too. Just did an Assurance only run with Larry kind of thing. So there's that. Then I'm about to do another Assurance only run with Nico for the 1K quota challenge. Whenever Nico's ready to do that. Okay. But Assurance does have a lower chance of spawning beehives than March and Val, so it's not uncommon for us to not get one here. But it would be super lit if I did. I also don't have to check for very long either. There's not as much space for a beehive to spawn. It looks like we're gonna strike out unless there's a hive right in this little crevice over here to the left. Or if there's one in the middle that I missed, but I think I would have heard it. See anything up here? Doesn't seem like it, unfortunately. What is that? Oh, just some scrap in the ground. I'm sure there's some lore behind that. But there's no bees, so it's not my problem right now. We'll take one quick look in the middle, just in case I missed anything, but I doubt it. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's gonna be a hive up here either. Just a bunch of manticoils in the middle. Yep, looks like we're striking out with this one. All good, all good. I'll just have to make sure that I actually get some bees on my other landings. Let's go. 256. If I can get to 1,000 quota collecting only bees while still deviating and going to Assurance and Experimentation, that would be super lit. But I don't know if I get there if I'm only getting 1 to 0 beehives per landing. That's why I want to get the Assurance one sooner rather than later. I can just focus on going to March and Val only. But let's see what the weather's like on the moons now. Just waiting for the autosave thing to appear on the bottom right first before checking. Okay, let's go meet our quota before deviating any further. Because it would be a shame if we didn't get to do that. There's no reason to not meet these quotas. That's also why I wanted to get the experimentation one out of the way first, because the experimentation one is the one with the lowest spawn chance, even though I got it on the first try, which is kind of funny. Normally I would meme it and say, yeah, this is my first time landing on experimentation, hahaha, but it was actually my first time landing, so it was kind of funny how that worked out. I was prepared to land on experimentation for like 30 minutes straight trying to get a beehive, but I ended up just getting one, so that's kind of cool. Speaking of getting one, we get a beehive here on March. We actually get 2 beehives. There's another one over there in the distance. How much are these ones worth? These ones are worth 114. That's pretty good. Pick this up. I didn't mean to aggro them so early. I did on accident, but it's fine. There's also another area to check on March all the way up here. I think it kind of connects to that other area that I looked over last time I was on March. But yeah, don't have to check too hard quite yet. I already know that there's 2 beehives here and they're worth quite a bit as well. That's really nice. So let's focus on getting these collected, and then we'll check by the fire exits in the back and figure out what to do from there. I don't see any beehives towards that fire exit. Okay. Little rock in the middle here. That's fine. I'm gonna kind of wait right here because we're gonna go all the way around using this wall here. Okay. Well, just to not take any damage. It's not like taking damage is illegal while doing this, it's just that I'm not sure how many hives I'm gonna collect on this run. And the more hives I collect, the more damage I'm gonna take because of where I drop them off, so. I still want to kind of mitigate how much damage I take from these, if possible. Okay. Ooh, I whiffed. Okay. I shouldn't jump, because jumping just kind of takes away stamina that I could have used for collecting. But it's just such a natural movement. Let's go. Come on then. I feel like I had to go super close for that one. Alright. And then we position this right here for future collection as we walk over this way to check if there's any beehives. I can just fully check over here too, because I know that there's another hive up front. So there's no harm in fully looking this way. Even though it's foggy over there, I'd be able to see a hive if there was one. So I'm not gonna worry too hard. As far as getting that one, I feel like for time's sake, I should just collect the two that I know I can collect first. So we'll prioritize that and then see what time it is at the end. Because I can still check over there as well. And it's a lot safer going that way. We're collecting a hive that might be over there. Cool. We'll put this one pretty close to the entrance. And then the other beehive is right here actually. Should be worth about the same too. Not sure how I didn't see it on the way out. But I get, oh, you know what? It's because I went that way and then around. Which is cool too. This one I gotta be careful to not go off the cliff. It's something that I've done before. So I'll probably take some damage collecting this one. Just to avoid that. But I only get hit once, which is pretty good. Okay, I dropped it next to a tree, which isn't ideal. But it's not impossible to work with. I'm gonna aggro them from this side and then go around the tree. I'm gonna wait till I fully have stamina though. Actually, I'm just gonna go all the way over this way. Yeah. Be able to grab it from here, and it should be a clean dismount. Cool. And it's about to be 3 o'clock basically, so I think I'm just gonna call it there. Don't want to get caught out by a giant when I don't have any means to combat one. May or may not buy a stun grenade for that, but I think just getting the jetpack, well, jetpack will be nice just to kind of, oh wait, hold on, let's collect these first. Not all the way in. Okay, so I just have to go slightly farther in for it to register, I guess. But we now have enough to complete our quota, which is nice. Very good. 2 beehives is better than 1. And we have 1 more day left. So depending on the weather, we'll determine what moon we go to next. March is stormy, assurance is eclipsed. So we'll go to Val. And hopefully get something here. Cool. Hopefully I never have to land on experimentation again for beehives. That would be pretty awful. Trying to, like, for all 3 of the other moons to have weather, is that it? No, it's just foliage. Okay. Go this way. Pretty close to getting that jetpack too. I feel like it's either going to be this quota or the next one where I'm able to get it. Especially since I'm not dying and I haven't spent any money yet. Depending on, well, I don't know if I sell the extra beehive just to get the jetpack earlier rather than later. Especially when I'm not really threatened with not meeting quota quite yet. Hello. Okay. Big rock in the middle of the fire exit. Hopefully there's not a beehive in here. Otherwise that would be a little awkward to try and collect. There is not. So we're gonna go on the other side of this rock. Because I can see the other side of the bridge just fine from this side. And I'll be able to listen out for any hives. Yeah, okay, see, we hear one already. 67. Definitely a low roll on the hive. Oh, there's 2 actually. Cool, so we'll collect the closest one first, because this one's kind of in the way of the other one. But, again, better to get bees than to not. Cool. And sometimes it's nice to have the lower ones too, or just hives of different value. That way I can get closer and closer to the exact quota that I need to meet without trying to oversell like crazy. So it would suck to have to oversell just to meet quota, you know. So any quota filler hives like these are good to have too. Not sure what the exact number I need is for my quota, but I just know that I'm meeting it. Oh, I missed. Okay. You should be enough stamina for how close I am. Go. Cool. And I can kind of check this way too while I recover stamina. See if there's anything on this side, kind of like a figure 8 style sweep on my way back to the other beehive, because I have the time to. Also, can't believe I didn't make it over that, but whatever. Probably could have if I navigated it slightly different, but it's not that big a deal. I have time. And as long as I have time, then that beehive is mine. So, okay, it doesn't look like we're gonna get anything on this side. Which is cool too, because now I know that when I circle back to this other beehive, I can just comfortably leave knowing that I checked pretty much every little crevice of this map. Did I scrutinize it to 100%? Not really, but I mean I checked 95% of it, which is good enough. Especially since the hives are only worth 67 as well. Not the most crucial. I think it's more important that I get back safely, because then if I die going for a 67 scrap beehive, then it's gonna look real not good. Okay. Oh, the ship's over that way. I still get lost sometimes. Almost 200 hours in the game and we out here getting lost. There's only 8 maps. You don't even play on modded moons anymore all that much. Why are you lost? Okay. See? Oh wait. Still lost? You're even more lost than you thought. But that's why you gave yourself a lot of time to run this hive, because you have that tendency to get lost. It's cool. Cool. I think, yeah, I'm gonna be just a little safe with this. Kind of line it up right here. And then we'll take off. Yeah, so even if there was a third beehive, I wouldn't have the time to really get it. Well, actually it depends where that third beehive was. If it was closer to the dismount, then it wouldn't have been so bad. Run this way so I'm closer to the ladder, and just kind of go right back. We're here before 3. Love to see it. Cool. And the bees should fly off sooner rather than later. Cool, kind of go right here. Ooh, didn't quite make it. Nice. Kind of dropped it on top of that other beehive. Luckily it was a 50-50 and I just had to pick up both of them. But I got the correct one on the first try. Very cool. Now we're gonna complete another quota in this beehive only run. Let's go do that. I am actually gonna get enough for the jetpack. I have 440 here and the quota is 356. So I'm just gonna get the jetpack. Why not? Okay, 6 over quota. I'm not gonna argue with that. I feel like that's pretty close. And we are once again left with the 2 back there. As long as it's not like a ridiculous amount, or if it's an amount that I can just kind of see on my own. It is 5 hives though, so give me a moment to sell these. Running them back and forth, using the minimum scrap quota mod, just so I don't have to think too hard on how to sell. You know, I lose to math a lot, and I'd rather not lose to math here. It's not even 5 beehives, it's 4. Unless I'm missing one. Nope, it was only 4. I couldn't even count the amount of beehives I had properly. Yeah, let's get ready to buy that jetpack. Ooh, TZP's on sale too. So I can actually buy 1 PZP. Cool. Wasn't expecting to be able to buy one of those quite yet. But that's all the money's gonna go to now, as long as I don't die with the jetpack. It's just gonna go to TZPs. Because TZPs might make the difference between me being able to collect beehives and not. I am slightly worried that if I have multiple beehives and I'm using TZPs, the rampant bees might end up killing me at some point. That's not something I'm gonna worry about right now, so. Take this back. Cool. And make sure that we meet quota before taking off, and we take off. Cool. Okay. There's the damage I was expecting. I guess if I take critical damage, that'll be pretty bad, huh? But I'm pretty confident in my jetpacking skills now, so shouldn't happen too often, I don't think. Alright, let's see what the new quota is. 479. We're about halfway there still. Still haven't gotten our assurance beehive, unfortunately, but it's not looking... Well, we can go... We can check it out, because flooded hive running is not the best, I don't think. So I think we take one little quick peek at assurance. Oh, it's rainy. Let's see. Uh-oh. I don't see a beehive quite yet. Just avoid touching the ground here. Because same thing on assurance, I should be able to see the beehive pretty easily, actually. No, that wasn't a beehive. Okay. Oh. Whoa. I was not ready to fall through the rock like that. It doesn't seem like we're gonna get a beehive here. I don't know if this was the best way to look, actually. Feels kind of far off. But let's go back before I run out of fuel and land into quicksand. That would be a very unfortunate way to end this run. Yeah, see, we even get the notification. It's like, bro, what are you doing? Okay, and we're gonna double check our work too. We're gonna run like normal. See if the assessment was correct. If the assessment was incorrect, then we'll have to do some lower flying next time. But I think we're gonna be good. And as long as I don't walk into these quicksand puddles, we'll be fine. Pretty sure I can squeeze through right here. Pardon me. It kind of helps that there's all these structures too, because that means there's less area for the quicksand to affect me. There's a pumpkin in that wall right there, look at that. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything here for me, unfortunately. My fly-through was correct. But, you know, it doesn't hurt to double check, because that was my first time looking for beehives with this method. And needed a second opinion. Needed a second opinion to see how good that check was. But it looks like we were okay. Let's head out and hope we can meet quota on the next map. Hopefully it's March as well. Hopefully there's not crazy weather there. Alright. Let's do it. I said you can see hives through the fog, but that only applies to the just the natural fog that appears on every map. If you get foggy weather, you can't see the beehives through the fog, unfortunately. Everything's just obscured. That kind of sucks. Might as well hold on to the TZP at all times. No point to not have it. I'll have the jetpack in the second slot and TZP in the first. Okay. Go to Val this time. Oh, well, that's not exactly what I had in mind, but it's okay. Let's see if jetpacking is better here versus not. Oh, okay, I can't see. Oh, this is pretty chill though. And then again, we'll double check our work as well. But I feel like I should be able to see a beehive from this. The only thing is the trees kind of, okay, there's one. So at least one hive on the map, which is good. Alright, we'll head back now. Wherever the ship's at. I took damage? Wow. I thought I dismounted kind of nicely there, actually. Oh, I was like, I'm not even sure where I'm at right now. Okay, how much are these worth while I'm here? 72? Okay, that doesn't quite get us to quota, unfortunately. Cool. Wait, there's a sandworm? No, that's just a pumpkin. Wow. Like, no way there's a sandworm here. Oh wait, there's actually a hive right here also, that's funny. Okay, so we get 2 hives. Maybe on Val it's just easier to not use a jetpack, huh? I mean, it's such a small map anyway, like... I'm not using the TZP yet, because I shouldn't need to for these bees. The TZP is more for the long distance hives that I wouldn't get otherwise. But getting 2 beehives is good. Gets us much closer to the quota that we need to get to. And then now we can go over this way. We're still shy just a little bit. I think I'm gonna need to get 2 beehives on the next map, or just some really high value ones in order to meet the quota. But I don't know. Still kind of a fun, like chill run to do. So even if I don't make quota this next one, it was still a good time. Just kind of wish that I was able to get the assurance beehive. You know? Still can, as long as I meet the quota here. Or if I just risk it all and go for the hive on assurance on the next run and just sacrifice the run. Or just hope that I get 2 beehives on assurance despite the low odds of that actually happening. Or we use the bonus day to get our assurance beehive. The last ditch effort. We'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. I still got 1 more day in the quota. Anything can happen. Okay. I have time to reposition this. I could just TZP, but you know, TZP kind of expensive. And it's unnecessary for this one in particular. Alright. Let's go. Out this way. And we're chill. Let's get out of here. It's like 400 on the ship, but it's including these 2 as well. Wow, okay. Nice. Barely got them in time. Let's put them over here, so I'm not confused about which hives I'm collecting. 44. So we need 79. 79 to meet this quota. Okay, March is available to us. So let's just go meet the quota, and then that'll give us plenty more tries to get something on a different map. I think we're gonna allow ourselves to fully land first, because I missed some hives that were real close to the ship just from taking off early. So, yeah. Okay, let's see. We're gonna go for like a low profile fly here. We're also listening out for hives too, not just looking. We can go check over here now. Not really seeing anything. Don't tell me that we're gonna strike out on March. Might strike out on March. Ow. Wow. I didn't see any bees. I really didn't see any bees. That sucks. I didn't get a good look on this side though. So I think we're gonna double check our work with the TZP. Maybe I just missed it, you know. But pretty sure I didn't see anything. Not the ideal way I wanted to use the TZP. But if I don't see a beehive, then the run's over. Low key. And I wouldn't have even gotten my assurance beehive. I mean, if I don't get a beehive here, I'm gonna land on assurance next moon no matter what. But wow, that kind of sucks. Okay. We're gonna take a lap around the whole map now. Hopefully I have enough TZP for that. I feel like I've used up most of it now. But better to use it before I lose it. Yeah, nothing. Of all things. Maybe I should have went to March while it was flooded, I guess. I flew around the backside there, so I'm gonna run on the inside this time. I'm now out of TZP as well. Yeah, I was able to see manticoils while I was flying, but I didn't see any beehives. Yeah, dang. Okay. I think we just lost the run, unfortunately. I'm gonna check the backside here, just in case I flew over one and just didn't see it. But yeah, I think the run might be over, unfortunately. Didn't get as far as I thought I would, honestly. But I guess that's what happens when you mess around and land on assurance instead of just committing to March. Because flooded March, there's still some areas that you can play around with, but chose not to. Yeah, looks like we're SOL. Oh well. We are gonna take that as an L, and hopefully we can at least complete the beehive round robin, or whatever you want to call it, and get a beehive on assurance on this next landing. Let's hope for the best. And if we don't, then we're gonna, I don't know, we'll figure out what we're gonna do if we don't get the beehive here. unfortunate. We only make it to a few quotas. A lot less than I thought, actually. But it is what it is. It's also why I haven't really been in a rush to do one of these. It's kind of just a little bit of RNG to how far you make it. But it is one of the more chill ones. And I'll probably never do this again, actually. But let's go see if we can at least get a beehive on every map. The beehive on every map thing could be like an objective for a bigger run. It's just not going to be the main one for this one. Okay, it is stormy. So even if I do get the hive here, it'll be a bit of a challenge. We're not going to take the jetpack right away, just because the jetpack is conductive in stormy weather. And assurance is small enough for me to be able to check it on foot. I didn't see any hives on the way down though, so I'm not expecting a whole bunch here. No bees up here. No way, dude. Alright, well, the game said you're not gonna get that beehive. But that's, if anyone ever questions why I don't go to stormy moons or why I choose to skip sometimes or play them real safe, that's exactly why. I wasn't even alive for that long, wasn't carrying anything. You can just get smited out of nowhere. So we don't get the beehive, unfortunately. And that'll be the end of the hive only run. If anyone else wants to do a hive only run, let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you put up your own video doing it, and shout you out. Go check it out. But that'll be the end of mine. I'm gonna get ejected here, and we'll see what kind of stats we got. Let's see if we can jetpack through this. No, it maybe dropped the jetpack. Okay, well, I'm glad that I at least tested that out. I didn't drop it myself, the game made me do that. But if you made it this far, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. That's not a hive running video. Check some stats before we peace out, and peace.